alt or fucking shrine right there. I click it and immediately die. Just death.
Oh, there it is. Hello. Hello, that is Omega.
Hello, Omega.
Soon we'll be graced with his dulcet tones.
Oh yeah, I should have unmuted the microphone, huh?
Ah!
You're fine.
God damn. Alright. I had to floss. I ate chicken wrapped in prosciutto. It was really, really fucking good.
Oh.
Now I'm imagining you doing the Fortnite dance.
Oh.
I don't know what Doc looks like.
Dance.
I don't know what Doc looks like, but
You remember Fat
I'm sure
Thor from the Avengers 3?
yes.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
Okay. You know what? I'll take it.
It's funny because that's actually a pretty good description.
Actually, not so much anymore. I am proud of my accomplishments in 2023, and I intend to continue them in 2024.
That's true. You've been working out for quite some time now.
I have been. Much to the chagrin of the old people that like to steal the bikes at the gym. What's that young whippersnapper doing on the bike? Why does he take so long? A full hour? Nobody does that. That's what the program is.
It's because you're like Tom Cruise. You're running away from your thoughts.
Yeah, I'm running away from I'm running away from my heterosexual thoughts.
You're saying you're cruising away?
Acceptable.
Yeah, there it is. First one of the night.
What should our go live notification be?
We got a solid 3 inches. I was actually quite surprised that we got any snow at all, if we're being 100% honest.
Alright, it has been done. I'm not.
Oh, the Steelers lost and the Browns lost.
Is the second one terribly surprising?
I mean,
I don't know anything about sport ball. I should probably just not.
yeah, it's a lot to get into. The team that I'm a fan of is having an epic season, and it's pretty amazing.
I hope the Ravens roll through, man. I'm rooting for y'all 100%.
And the Browns and Steelers are our division rivals, both of which also made it to the playoffs. But both of which have been eliminated. And the Ravens didn't have to go against either of them. So we're the last team from our division standing, and that's a good thing.
Now all that has to happen is the Bucks have to win tonight over the Eagles, which part of me hopes that happens, because now that Dallas has lost, the Eagles fans have become insufferable. And I'll tell you honestly, and I got to looking at this earlier today. I've went back and looked at all of Dallas. I hate that Dallas lost. They had a really good run, and I think that I believe the curse with everything that's going on has everything to do with Jerry Jones. He is he's like Al Davis. He doesn't care what his coaching staff thinks. He doesn't care what the players think. He's going to do what he's going to do, and that's it.
I mean, he's Jerry. Listen, the Cowboys are his toy, and he's gonna play with them however he wants to.
Do you think he will ever sell the team? Is the question.
No.
It'll be like the Al Davis situation where his one of his family members will inherit the team when he dies.
Probably.
I want to get Frawley in here so he can talk about his country's sports ball. And then we can have an international sports ball podcast.
No, we don't have to talk about sports ball anymore.
No.
I would be the moderator. I would just ask you inane questions. What is the purpose of the laces on the ball?
Rip. It ties the room together.
I'm just going to let that one go. Hello everybody, welcome to Church of Chonkwij podcast. My name is still this. I'm DrNiggle. I'm joined tonight by Zero, Masami, and Omega.
Oh, we're trying to kill the Wong thing already?
No, we'll never kill the Wong. I think my cell phone listens to me talk because I got one of the first shorts that I pulled up when I was on the shitter was the comedy routine. Why can't two Chinese people have a white baby?
Oh no.
Because two Wongs can't make a white.
Oh no.
Yeah, so I think my phone's listening to me.
Wow.
I don't normally get racist jokes suggested to me on YouTube. I'm not exactly disappointed, but it was unusual.
It caught you off guard.
It did. It's hard to push out a turd while you're laughing. And tonight I'm watching Zero play D3 because what I really want to do, I want to have a podcast and I want to enjoy my time with all of you, but I really want to play D3. New season of D3 out, C30.
Oh yeah, super fun.
It's a super fun season.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I was playing with Omega and Eliteness on, Friday?
Yeah, I believe
Zero,
it
you were
was.
there for a little while,
Yes, I was.
but you had to go to bed like a responsible adult.
Yeah, well, when the wife wakes up at 7 a.m., I wake up at 7 a.m., so...
Right on. But yeah, I was playing with Zero, Eliteness, and Buddha yesterday. That was fun. Haven't played with Buddha for a while. And I gotta go poke around in Sid's server, see if he and Griddles are playing this season, because it might be fun to play with them again too. So I had just a question for you guys. I wasn't clear on this when you were talking about it earlier. Is this like the last time Diablo 3 is ever gonna do a season, or is this the last active development season?
Last active development. They're gonna rotate through like a best of seasons kind of thing from here on out.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So there's not gonna be any new seasons, but they're gonna revisit some of the previous seasons.
I was going to say, it'd be a little crazy for them just not to do seasons in D3 anymore, because they bring back tens of thousands of players, still, every season.
I think somewhere I either posted a link, or if I didn't, I should have, but I read something that explained what the plan was. They're basically making a whole bunch of features of the past few seasons permanent. You know, various things that are fun and people like. I don't remember the specifics because, of course I don't. And then they're going to be, from here on out after this season, rotating through, doing a couple different seasons, a couple different themes on rotation, and kind of the best of. But yeah, the game is pretty much done.
What a fantastic game it still is.
Yeah, and it doesn't sound like they're planning on banning it. Oh hey, I just got a fulminated thingamabobber. I gotta go into it. I forgot about that.
I was doing Act 1 bounties to get my Rorgs, and I spawned them every single run. I ignored them. I felt a little badly about it.
I'm doing an Act 1 bounty right now.
It does
Oh.
make you feel really bad when you skip them.
Because I'm like, yeah, I know there's tons of mats in there, and I finally got that. I finally got the thing on my ladder where your follower just picks up all the whites and blues and yellows and breaks them down, and it does. It saves a lot of time.
Yeah, it does.
And I was curious because there are white items that drop in the game every season, so that you can collect their transmogs, and you have to pick them up in order to unlock the transmog. I was wondering if when your follower would your follower just pick that up and break it down before you got the transmog? No, your follower is
No, it
smart.
does not.
Your follower is smart. If it's a transmog item and you don't have the transmog, doesn't pick it up. So that was nice. I appreciate the attention to detail.
Okay, so that explains why a star helmet was just in my inventory, even though I've already collected the transmog.
I think so.
Whether you've gotten the transmog or not, it still just puts it into your inventory because it's a rare transmog item.
I think
Quote
so.
unquote rare transmog item.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, common. Common and uncommon and rare. So white, blue, and yellow items are automatically included. They're always included at Miriam. Like, you never have to do anything. They're there from the start. So I think if it's not, if the item has a transmog and it's not there, then your follower doesn't pick it up. Not there initially, and your follower doesn't pick it up. So that is also interesting, Zero. I did not know that. Fascinating little things about this game that we're still learning.
12 years later. My friend Merc brought up a point. He was like, he played for a little while and I helped him level, and he said, he said, I really enjoy D4 better because you've got bosses and things during the season. And I was like, no, that's completely 100% understandable. However, D4 has a ways to go before it is on the same interest level for me that D3 is.
Yeah, you want to talk
Like,
about activities in D4? Bosses. Okay.
yeah,
Sorry, that's not fair, but still.
it's a fun game. Don't get me wrong. I'll play it when the next season comes out, but it's one of those things where I complete the battle pass and I'm done. I don't have a need to do anything else.
See, I feel the same way, but I get more out of a season of that than I will get out of this season. Like, I feel that D4 is far more interesting to me. I am playing through this nostalgia, kind of a goodbye to the game, if you will,
Yeah.
and giving it one last go. And it's certainly fun, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I agree. I definitely think I've done pretty much all there is to do in D3. Like, what build haven't I done? Like, okay, there's a new twist on a build from the season. This build is now the most powerful because of that's all it is. Like, each season, new mechanics come out, and it's like, it makes one of the builds that wasn't the most powerful before more powerful, and so you play that one, and it's fun. But there's a lot of stuff in D4 that I haven't tried yet. A lot of different characters, a lot of different builds. I think. Hey, you're right though. Like, once I do the battle pass, it's like, cool, I'm done. But like, the next season is coming right around the corner.
Yeah.
So like, I'm gonna jump right back in. So it's still there, and I'm very excited for the next season to come around. And I actually kind of enjoy that. I get time to, like, okay, take a break, play some other games. I've been playing Against the Storm. Hey, now I'm fucking around in D3 a bit. So hey, then the new season comes around and I can play the hell out of that when I get the chance. And then tire of it and give it a break again. I think that's probably a healthier cycle in the grand scheme of things.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Alright, so Oh, a quick update from last... Yeah, a quick update from last week. So, Baldur's Gate 3 was given nudity bans on Xbox X, because it was just Xbox just automatically uploads stuff.
That you save.
Yep, that should say it. Laren was working with Xbox to reverse those bans, or just explain to Xbox it's not these people's fault, all the rest of that. And they're still at it. They've addressed the majority of problems, majority of bans, but some people are still getting them, or some people are still banned, and so Laren is continuing to work with Xbox to put a stop to that. Thank you, Laren.
Yep. They are definitely a good company.
Yeah, players whose capture clips have been flagged on Xbox should now see their bans begin to lift. Work is ongoing, and the Microsoft team is aware of the issue.
So in addition to the saving issue that they have on Xbox.
Yeah, Microsoft's having a rough start to the year. But yeah, I did... Masami was out of town at a gaming expo. I just wanted to know if there was anything neat that you saw, or if you had any fun.
Well, Doc, it's funny you should mention that.
Please.
Oh boy. Enlighten us.
So, a friend of mine who is aware of my propensity of humor was walking through the vendor room, and he saw something that he had to buy, and then immediately not walk to my hotel room to give it to me. And it is basically someone wrote a short little, like, 3 to 6 session 5e based sort of campaign thing, but it is entirely pun based.
Oh god.
Ooh.
It is called The Curse of Ermagerd.
Oh, that gives me
Oh, that's
goosebumps.
This is perhaps the scariest campaign I can imagine.
Curse of Strahd got nothing on this.
This is my nightmare.
Who are you planning to subject that to? If you've thought about it at all, Masami.
Oh, did we lose her?
She might be buffering. I read about router issues before the podcast started.
Yeah.
I actually went to go grab the book.
Oh!
Oh, God. Oh.
And he was so nice. The author was there at the booth, so he got it to sign him for me. So.
Oh, that's great.
That just makes it even more deadly.
This is truly the cursed module.
Let's see here. Once upon a time, a cursed land called the Funk isolated the nations that bordered it. In a previous adventure, a band of heroes called Good Company entered the Funk and claimed the powerful staff of Ermagerd for their own. Sure, they had a fight with a bunch of wimps and a mini-boss, but it wasn't a very difficult quest in hindsight.
Oh no.
The best piece has to be the NPC, or the pre-gens that they created. If I can find them, where did you go?
I think an entire D&D campaign of just memes.
Oh god.
And you get to be Captain Picard, and you're on the Darmok. Yeah.
It's got custom spells like Epic Dermis, Focus Pocus, Good Guys, Grip of Despair, Hail of the Hail, spelled 2 different ways. Meat Shield with MEET.
God,
Meat shield. Smack somebody in the face with it.
that sounds like a barbarian. That sounds like a barbarian pun if I've ever heard it.
I hope that there's.
Yes. Here we go. Here we go. The pre-gen PCs. We've got Sir Larpsalot,
Yep.
Elvis Presley, the Bard, Brutus the Bullheaded, Minotaur. All right. And then Master Prospero, a Magus.
I'll be the Minotaur.
And Tom Foolery, Cleric Rogue.
Excuse me. That sounds like an absolute blast.
And then Lord Grimdark, a half-elf edgelord.
Ooh, that one might be fun too.
Actually, surprised. You know, yeah. Yeah, if I was ever to... if I was ever to do a session... Yeah, that sounds like something that yeah. This is probably much more clever than anything that I would come up with, but yeah, it's on the same level of stupid puns. Except for I would have an epic item called the Screw of the Screw of Damnation.
You never know.
What you find behind the armoire of despair.
They have a huge construct called THOMAS, the tank.
Aww. Do 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 do. Dobby.
Dobby, die.
One of his actions is Hobo Buster.
That's great. Oh, dead end.
He has a familiar named Cowcatcher. Man. So yeah, that sounds great, Masami. Have you given any thought as to who your victims are going to be?
I have not read it through it yet. So once I have read through it and I figure out what will be needed, I will then come calling for victims. I mean players.
No one would ever be clever enough to come up with a bard named Barry McCockner.
And get away with it for 6 fucking months before I figured it out. 6 fucking months.
Oh.
I still cringe about that.
Oh, what are you gonna do? So that's neat. Alright, so yeah, the conference was an overwhelming success, I take it?
Yes, it was a convention. Much fun was had. We were without power in our hotel for good, 14 to 16 hours.
Where was it?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which got dumped on by lake effect snow on Friday, and the power lines went down. So, yeah.
It's Milwaukee.
Those hotels run on electric boilers. I bet you that was
hot water.
Fun.
Let's get a guy named Jeb down in the basement on one of those exercise bikes. Starts powering the boiler.
Just throw him a Wagyu steak every once in a while.
That's what I would do. You do the thing where you put the Wagyu steak on the end of a fishing pole, and then you duct tape the fishing pole to his back, so he's got like it's dangling in front of him, and he just pedals harder so he can get to it.
Jeb hungry.
Oh boy!
You have to make sure that he has the IQ of a rock, or else he'll figure it out.
Again, it's Milwaukee. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Well, there goes our Wisconsin fans.
Yeah, all one of them.
I'm getting a report Yep, nope. All of Wisconsin is gone now.
Actually, I'm sorry.
yeah.
I feel like I haven't really had a chance to talk with you about it. Have you been paying attention at all to the MCDM RPG?
I have a little bit. I it got brought up at some point on here, I think, and then it looked really appealing and but it's like super super unfinished, so I'm more interested in watching where it's going.
Yeah. I mean, they just had their Kickstarter, and it wrapped up like last week, within the last few days, even. And it raised like $4.8 million.
I'm there right now. Yeah, it wrapped up on January 5th, and it's 4.6 mil.
There you go. Yeah. I backed it. So when it's done, I'll be getting both rule books, the monster book and the hero book.
Yeah, it looks really fascinating. Like I will enjoy seeing what the final product is and would definitely be interested in testing.
Yeah. Well, basically, I've decided next game that I'm going to host is going to be that rule set.
Makes sense to me.
So it seems like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Wait, hang on. I have to get back to something real quick that I heard Doc say and then I heard Masami say. He got away with that. You mean to tell me that Doc pulled a Sam Riegel and got away with something for an extended period of time and you didn't realize it for 6 months?
Correct.
So
My
this
utter
is
shame. To my utter shame. Correct.
this is the whole the one-eyed monster slayed my pussy thing
I'm sorry, I
that
tuned out.
Sam Riegel pulled on Matt Mercer. I will send you that link because Doc, I know you're never gonna watch all of Critical Role.
Yeah, that's true.
That's too much of a time investment.
I mean, yeah, long story short, the line that Zero just said, one of the characters made an elaborate backstory that if you actually, that like sounds really compelling, but if you just like shorten it and use some slang terms, it turns into a crude pun.
So he came up with a story about how a Cyclops slew his magical familiar, who was like a lynx or something.
More well, kind of more or less. I mean that's a very yeah.
Like that's an equivalent idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
yes,
Right.
he created
Obviously,
this backstory that was taken serious for a long time, and then after many sessions, after a very long time of this being a legitimate part of the character's story, he busted out the line, "The one-eyed monster slayed my pussy."
And the utter shock and dismay on Matt Mercer's face was glorious because he just was it caught completely off guard because he did not realize it until that exact moment.
That's much more clever than mine.
I don't know. That's
it was truly devious.
mm-hmm. Per Sam Riegel.
Oh man.
Yeah, he's a menace. He's amazing.
He's great.
I haven't watched Critical Role in quite some time. And what I miss more than anything is his antics.
Yeah. His giant drinking vessels.
Yeah. I haven't watched Critical Role and I don't even know what season. I saw that they're back to Bell's Hells.
Okay. So about a quarter of the way into campaign 3, they did that.
Huh. What happened to the new group and all that stuff?
I mean, what they did is they took a break from campaign 3 for a little bit and kind of did like Exandria, what they called Exandria Unlimited.
Oh,
Um,
well, yeah, I was around through Exandria Unlimited.
yeah. So those groups disbanded, and then they got the original group back together and are currently working their way through campaign 3. I'm interested, honestly, I am very interested in Candela Obscura. Uh, I've been slowly watching uh, those episodes.
I have read that the game system, like their show, is entertaining for its own merits, I'm sure. But I've read that the game system has some issues. But I would be certainly interested in playing it as well. I've been wanting to try different game systems from 5e. I think it'll be interesting to see what else is out there.
I've looked into the Fallout game system.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I've looked into that, and I'm toying around with the idea of buying the books, or getting copies of the books digitally through otherwise legal means.
I actually have the core of that.
Yeah, I know, and I'm jealous. Because it does look super fun. Just that particular setting has always interested me.
one thing I'd
But
like is more short format games. Like role playing games with probably more pre gen characters, simpler rules, and stuff that you can sit down and play in like 3 or 4 hours with your friends. And it doesn't take like epic characters and storylines that take weeks, months to complete. You know, more casual RPGs, I guess.
Yeah.
More, yeah. More Konosuba, less Attack on Titan. For nobody in the audience. That's just me.
Yeah, I understood the Attack on Titan reference. That other one, yeah, you lost me.
Oh, you should watch Konosuba. It's just fun. Alright, speaking of just
what
fun,
the shit?
some sort of parade happening. It's New York. Yeah, it's New York. There could be a parade at like 9 o'clock at night when it's 20 degrees outside.
Oh, I don't even notice when I hear that kind of stuff. That's just background noise to me.
But there was an announcement. I'm going to throw this up here for Frostpunk Beyond the Ice. Early access registration is now open. I read this and I thought, is that attached to the second Frostpunk game? And no, I believe, if I'm reading this correctly, this is a mobile game based on the Frostpunk IP. So this is 11-bit studios, Comtuos, and NetEase have announced early access registration is open for Frostpunk on both Google Play and the Apple App Store. And the developer explains that it revolves around city built around massive steam engine, blah blah blah, the Frostpunk model. Manage the city, ensure its prosperity, and survive extreme environmental conditions. But there's stuff that the original Frostpunk doesn't have, including guild trade systems for player interaction and an animal shelter that's going to provide players with fresh and engaging content. So their 11-bit is trying to push into the mobile market. That's all I really know. And early access is coming. Early access is actually nigh at this time.
I think
Thank
it
you,
might be
Adam
fun.
Cook. Yeah, might be fun. So, a mobile game based off Frostpunk. Not sure how that's going to work. Just with control scheme and mechanics and whatnot. But
I mean,
interesting.
city builders are pretty popular on mobile. I could see that being a thing.
I've never played one on mobile. I'm not sure how they work building placement or road placement or anything like that. Obviously, there must be an easy way to do it. But yeah, maybe this should be my break-in to city builder mobile games, because I think we're all fans of Frostpunk, I think.
Oh,
Never
yeah,
played
so-
it.
Yo, really? You didn't? Oh,
Mm-mm.
you're right. Okay. Well, half of us are fans of Frostpunk.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure Masami never played Frostpunk either.
I'm a big
No,
fan.
but I have it in my library.
Great game.
Yeah, it's a great game. It can be as easy or unforgiving as you want it. But the thing that I wanted to talk about was there's a brand new diesel punk city builder named New Cycle, and early access is going to start, I think, on the 15th, which might be today. Oh no, the 18th. Early access on Steam on January 18th. So I'm just taking a look at the screenshot that they provided, and what drew my eye specifically was the taskbar at the top. And this looks exactly like fucking Frostpunk. Exactly. Like, down to the typeface. So I was just really curious, is Core Engage attached to 11-bit Studios at all? I am embarrassed to say that I have that up on a page I was in the middle of looking at before I went to dinner. So are they, Core Engage?
Hmm.
Which act is this idea in?
Say it again.
Act 3.
Thank you. There she is.
Yeah, see, I can't nail down if Core Engage has anything to do with 11-bit, and that's what confuses me here. The fucking the idea of an apocalyptic city builder is not exactly brand new, but the way that Frostpunk did it with a circular building system and or a ring building system and an overworld and environmental conditions and all the rest of that. That was a pretty new take on the city builder survival genre. This one has all of that, and I'm not seeing a lot more. Settlements begin very basic, and players must progress into industrialization, then capitalism, also while tracking the challenges thrown at them, such as I think they said sickness, plague. Let's see. You need to manage their morale, just like Frostpunk, efficiency, their workforce size, stats. They can leave the settlement or they can rebel against you, just like Frostpunk. Okay, flu outbreaks, threats from outsiders, solar storms, so environmental conditions. This seems a whole lot like Frostpunk, but there's no snow. And the building system is not ring-based, it's grid. So
Yep.
what just took me back about this is that, again, I wish I could have like a side-by-side here, but that bar, the info bar at the top of the screen, is fucking exactly like Frostpunk. How is that not like the UI just seems ripped off? How is
I mean,
nobody making us think about that?
this is perhaps a bit derivative, but yeah, it is what it is.
I mean, yes,
There's only
derivative,
so much under
absolutely.
the sun.
But it says, like, right here, people can see on the screen, it says day 55, and then it gives you 00:40, so it's like midnight 40. That typeface is the Frostpunk typeface. These numbers, all the font on the screen is Frostpunk's. The setup of the UI, the screen, the resources on top, the everything about this is Frostpunk. That just confuses me. The stuff on the side of the screen, I'm just noticing now. Your camp name and the events going on, that's Frostpunk. Stuff at the bottom of the screen for resident resource production, utilities, other. It's all Frostpunk. And the little notification to the right side of the screen that tells you something's going on with this building. Again, Frostpunk.
I mean, but like every game has those.
I know, but they don't.
On the right side of the screen.
I know, but maybe instead of a circle, they have a triangle. Maybe instead of Arial, they use Helvetica. Maybe instead of this and that.
I don't know. Frostpunk on the bar on the bottom, isn't it all like icons?
For yes. Well, no, I'd have to take a look at one of my screenshots. It's been a while.
I just got a T4 cow level riff.
Nice.
On killing a Dobby.
Nice.
Nice. Anyway, it's an interesting game. It's called New Cycle, and I do want to check it out. It's just when I looked at that screenshot, I was just like, yeah. At least try to make it look slightly... Use a different font or something.
I mean, I got the ad in my Google News feed for it, and I was looking at it, and I think it was, when I saw it, it was like, the headline was something like, oh, when Frostpunk meets, whatever. So it's definitely seen and being noticed as a derivative kind of work,
For sure, yeah. It's a post-apocalyptic survival game with a lot of the same mechanics as Frostpunk, but they're different mechanics. Like Frostpunk, you don't have like a disease meter.
Yeah, and listen, it's also a different story. That is like a future post-apocalyptic. Well, Frostpunk is an alternate history. So it's different stories even.
Yeah, my main criticism to the screenshot was going after the UI design, the shell that the game is wrapped with, and that it just, to me, it reflects poorly on the original elements that might be placed in this game when you have a UI that is basically the same as another game being developed by someone who is completely detached from 11-bit, and I'm imagining, what if Lord of the Rings, or that's a bad example because it's really, really super well known. What if John Wick came out and it was using the Star Trek font? It's like, John Wick, and people would be like, no, that's Star Trek. It's like, no, it's a completely different story. It's about a guy who gets mad when somebody kills his dog.
Spoilers!
It's like, yeah, but it looks like Star Trek. So, yeah, that's the only thing. Part of that looks fun. And then, just briefly to touch on, Omega also found this, which is the Winter Bundle from fanatical.com. You can basically assemble your own game bundle. You can have 1 for $1, 5 for $2.99, or 10 for $4.99, and they have a list of all these games that you can pick from. So
yeah, and there's I think we should all get at least one of the games on there. It's a co-op, like zombie crafting survival game. It looked like, I think. There's a lot of like multiplayer games on there that could be fun party games. I'm just saying, I saw that and I was like, hey, we should get that. There's some games on there that we might want to actually coordinate some purchases.
Are you talking about Blood and Zombies?
I think that was one of them. I don't remember specifically. I'd have to look at the list. But I'm in the middle of fighting the Cow Queen, and she's kicking my butt. Go, zombie dogs, fight the Cow Queen.
But anyway, yeah, this is a novel idea, and I appreciate Fanatical for doing this.
It's pretty neat.
One of the games that they've included is the Wild 8, which I think is hilarious because that is run by the Fantastic Studio. That is no longer called Fantastic because they filed for bankruptcy.
That's what they made the. What was it the day before?
Yeah, the day before yesterday, something like that. But yeah, cool offer. And go to fanatical.com and assemble yourself a pick. Get 10 games for $5. It's good. It's a good deal. Not sponsored by Fanatical.
That's the first time I've ever done that. That's pretty neat.
What'd you do?
Caltasons.
Ooh, for gems?
I did, no, for a piece of armor.
Yeah, okay, nice. What the level?
Yeah. 66. It was a one of the whispers.
Oh, gotcha. You just
Yeah.
save those, because when Leetness and I are back on, and when Omega and Leetness and I are all on, we can do those, and we can get up to 125 pretty reliably.
Okay.
Somebody fucking power level me. I suck right now. I'm actually just, I guess, trying to get my Hadrix. I don't have any set items yet.
Is the Hadrix
I got
useful
you,
for
fam.
I don't know. It's something that'll at least get me started. Right now, I'm like, Paragon 38, but I'm in T4 because I'm wearing mostly gold items and I don't have an actual build going. I'm just kind of using Zombie Charger.
Might just
You tell me what you need, and I got you.
Yeah, or might just call the podcast early so that we can play D3.
Yes.
It's been 45 minutes. We talked about some stuff. Masami told us about her vacation. Sorry, vacation.
Zero mention. Did you get any cheese while you were there? Is that where the cheese things come from? Curds? Yeah, I think that's right. If it isn't, it is now. Fuck them.
It's all they have.
Yes.
Cheese and high crime.
Why do you think Packers fans wear cheese heads?
Ah, good point. Nailed it. By the way, speaking of the Packers.
Yeah.
All right, practice in.
There's been some funny stuff in the playoffs so far.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Oh.
The Cowboys were one of the best teams in the NFC, and they lost to the wild card Packers, which is quite an
Hilarious.
upset. It's quite an upset.
Oh, sport ball.
Yep, I know.
I like it when the guy with the ball runs and falls down and another guy picks up the ball.
Nice.
That does happen sometimes.
Yep. Attaboy. I'm so proud of you right now.
It's like when I talk
Is that what we're calling it?
Yep, that's exactly what we're calling it.
when I talk about Marvel movies. Like
Oh God,
I like
can we not?
the guy with the hammer. I like it when he smacks other guys with a hammer. Make the sound. Go thong. Yeah, hey, Marvel movies are still around. I'm told.
Marvel TV shows more than anything. The new show Echo, I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard good things.
I have absolutely no idea what's going on in that clusterfuck of a leftover situation.
But hey, it's because Vincent D'Onofrio's in there playing Kingpin. I mean, you can't go wrong with Vincent D'Onofrio. Did you ever watch Law and Order: Criminal Intent?
I've never Law and Ordered.
Really? Doc, we got to get you on that. Not really. No, please don't.
Vincent
Yeah, that's fine.
D'Onofrio is also the guy who was
Oh.
the bug alien in
Men in Black.
Men in Black.
Yeah, you should have said that. I know this dude. Yeah, good guy. All right.
He's done some other things. What else was he in? Oh yeah, he replaced wait, what? I feel like he was in something else. I can't remember. It's like on the tip of my tongue. He like came in late in the show and replaced some other actor for a while.
I know. Wait, I know him from.
He also was.
X-Files?
It may have been X-Files.
Yeah, he took over for Fox Mulder when Dan Duchovny left.
No, that was. I know the gentleman that you're talking to. That was a different guy.
Was that somebody else? I don't know.
Yeah, Agent Daggett was played by a different gentleman. What the fuck was I'm looking at his IMDb profile. So yeah, there's Men in Black. Definitely know him from there. But I know him from something.
He played Gomer Pyle.
He was in the fucking Cell. He was in the Cell. He was the fucking serial killer.
He was Gomer Pyle. That's what it was. He was Gomer Pyle.
Yeah, he played Gomer Pyle in
Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket. Yep.
Yeah, and Gomer. Yeah, and Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, absolutely. So
That's
yeah,
right. That's what I knew him from.
if anybody hasn't seen The Cell, just go ahead and watch this movie. It's one of the few movies that Jennifer Lopez was in that I think is truly excellent. It's got a 6.4 on IMDb. That's harsh, but probably fair.
Watch Full Metal Jacket. That's a good war movie.
What made that movie better? What made that movie better was the fact that they had Vietnam vets consulting on that movie.
Yeah. I met Matthew Modine. He came and did a screening of the movie here in the city at Alamo Draft House.
Jesus, what else was he in? He was in Jurassic World in 2015. Oh shit, he was in the 2016 version of The Magnificent Seven. That was a pretty alright movie. The original was pretty excellent as well. You'll see The Magnificent Seven. And then, yeah, a whole bunch of stuff that you guys have been talking about. So yeah, anyway, Vincent D'Onofrio.
Good dude.
He was born in Brooklyn. Alrighty, so yeah, unless there are any objections, I'm gonna cut the podcast short so that we can all play D3.
Yes, I mean we don't have a whole lot. There wasn't much news over the last week.
No, that's true. I've been very consumed over the weekend.
A lot of political stuff going.
Oh, that's fucking
on.
right. Isn't there the Iowa
Yeah.
caucus going on tonight? Yeah, we can do live political updates
Trump
because
won.
people give a
Trump
shit.
won.
Well,
Guys,
yeah,
Trump won.
surprise.
Big. He won big.
Bigly.
No, like
He got votes.
he won
He got the
by
most.
a wide margin.
Again, not surprising. He's so far ahead of everybody else. Yeah,
It was like
who thought that
he
wasn't
got
going to happen?
He got
52.8.
And then DeSantis and Nikki Haley both got like 18 or so.
Yeah, it was Trump 52.8, DeSantis 20, Nikki Haley 18.7. Vivek actually got 7%, which is surprising.
And then people are trying to speculate, like, well, since Chris Christie is no longer in the race, maybe in New Hampshire, Trump might not actually get the nomination. I'm like, no, he's gonna get it. It's gonna be another Trump versus Biden election. That's what it's gonna turn out to be.
Well, it's interesting because Trump has gotten kicked off the ballot in a couple states already.
Yeah, the Supreme Court is waiting till the last second to rule on whether or not that's constitutional.
Yep.
Wait to the last second. That's the strategy. So that everybody has to scramble, and while they're figuring out what to do, voters go to the polls.
Yep.
Yeah, good times. We look forward to the podcast that we'll be doing in November, when this clusterfuck just comes to a head.
That's the one where we're gonna heavily drink, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
100%. I'm taking that week off. Because I plan on being shit-faced that whole week.
I'm gonna be. I will be the exact representation of Peter Griffin watching anime, drinking whiskey for that whole week. I don't understand any of this. All right, but until then, GG's everybody. Short podcast, but yeah, it's a good time to play Diablo 3. Check out that season, and we'll be back same time, same place next week. Penis, penis. Fuck Winnie the Pooh. Fuck Putin. Fuck Linus Tech Tips. Fuck Nestle. Fuck Elon.
Fuck them all.
That's about it. Haven't added anyone to the list so far this year. It will be a monumental occasion whenever we get around to it. Just have fun. Bye.
Bye.